Yo, man, we're going to get straight into it. Or I'm going to get straight into it. There's some things that I'm seeing and hearing. I disagree with a lot of it, man. Some things I definitely agree with. And it's coming from a lot of guys, man, that I haven't seen in years, man. You know, since back my amateur days. Like my guy TB, Timothy Bradley. If you watching this, man, what's up, my guy? Definitely a real one. You gave me mad love, mad shout out. So you get mad respect from me. My man Ward, one of the best that ever do it. Andre Ward, man, one of the best amateurs. Definitely underrated as one of the greatest amateurs to ever do it. And I ain't got to say what the man did and accomplished as a pro. And my guy back in camp, always been a funny dude, still talk fast, still break down his perspective very well spoken. Always said this boy was going to be a champ. Paulie, always messed up his last name. Malajanaji, I just call him Paulie Molly. But listen, man, I hear my guys giving up their opinions, and I got to say that I agree with a lot of stuff that they say. But we're going to break some things down. One of the first things that I want to talk about is this dilemma that's going on between Boots and Ortiz. And I'm going to say this. If you climb through that ring, and my guys who talk, people on social media that got these platforms, you know, if you climb through that ring and you competed on any level on a high capacity side of things, whether you was a top amateur, whether you was a pro prospect, you signed, you on HBO, you rocking with Lou DiBella and them, Shelly Finkel, Gary Shaw, right? And you with Top Rank, and they got you as a prospect and you on ESPN. When you get to that level, not including whether you win a little USBA title, NABF, whatever intercontinental title you won, when you get to that level, and y'all know what I'm saying, call me out if y'all think that I'm lying. You are not afraid of nobody. Boots not afraid of Ortiz. Ortiz not afraid of Boots. Fandora not afraid of anybody, and vice versa. You don't get to this level, man. There's a few ways that you can approach the boxing game. You can approach it as a casual fan, where all you care about is great fights and the pugilism of it. Or you can approach it as a business where you got to maneuver, man. You got to make the best decisions. You can't always allow your pride to go before your mind. If it make dollars, then it makes sense. All right? So now that we got that out of the way, ain't nobody afraid of nobody. So we can stop saying Boots is afraid to fight this guy. No, man. It don't goes that way. Nobody is afraid of nobody. Secondly, Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. If that fight was to happen, because this is why I'm gonna give Ortiz his props. He's definitely fighting tougher competition. So for those who want to knock Lama, and I understand, and say Boots didn't fight nobody, he fought Lama, he's a B- fighter. That I would agree with. But did you see what Boots did to him? This is my point that I'm about to make. If you fight Boots and you are a B- fighter, he's going to make you look like a B- fighter. And for those who want to say that Lama was a duck, you're damn right. And Boots made him look like a sitting duck. And what I'm about to say, some may disagree. If you disagree, holla at your boy, the messenger. I ain't going nowhere. I'm back in the game now, so look out, because you're going to be hearing a lot from me. I got a lot to say. But let's get back to it. If you're comparing fighter to fighter, Boots is the way better fighter. Who has the better defense? Boots. Who has the better offense? Boots. Who's the faster fighter? Boots. Who's the more skillful fighter? Boots. Who has the better footwork? Boots. And I would even go so far to say, who has more power? I would say Boots. Because Boots can do the matrix and hit you with stuff you don't even see coming. Those are the shots that hurt you. And anybody that box, you know that. You can hit like a brick, bro. If you throw an overhand right in this telegraph and I see it, damn, that hurt. Damn, that ball could punch. But I saw it coming, which means I was able to prepare. Now hit me with a short chappy, Joe Louis left uppercut, right hook. I might not see it coming. I might do some funny things standing up, or you might put me down, and I got to get up and wipe off my back pockets. So when it comes down to a check, everything go to Boots. Now, I might say something that's controversial that people don't like. I'm just giving my opinion, man. and I'm calling it how I see it, and I ain't pulling no punches. Ortiz is a great fighter, but he's not on Boots' level. To me, he's a B- fighter. He's a contact fighter. What do I mean by that? He applies pressure, and he wait for you to hit him, and then he hits you if you standing there. But you can't do that with Boots, man. The guy's too skilled, too quick, and his footwork is too excellent. I'm just being honest. Boots have no weakness. Now, we can knock Boots for not fighting nobody, but don't sit up here and call me a liar. The man has no weaknesses. So when Ortiz come to apply pressure, Boots going to pluck him like boogies because he going to hit him, turn him, boop, bop, bop, pip, turn him, and he'll never be there. Did you see how Ortiz looked when he fought Madrimov? Am I lying? Did he not go and stand in front of Israel Madrimov and allow Israel Madrimov to tee off on him and then try to return shots? The thing is, Boots won't be there. You can't hit what your eyes can't see. So I'm just keeping it honest. To me, Virgil Ortiz is a great fighter, but he's a poor man's margarita without the hand wraps. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said it. Now, I'm not disrespecting Margarita because he was a bad guy. He was absolutely amazing. And I'm not saying that I can beat him. He probably would have stretched me. Whatever y'all want to say, that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is, what I mean by he is a poor man's Antonio Margarita, Margarita wasn't the most talented fighter. But Margarita beat people that was way more skilled than him. Just like Julio Cesar Chavez. Let me break it down to you. Let me show you that I know boxing and I know what I'm talking about. You wonder how a Chavez can beat somebody like a Meldrick Teller who's a supreme boxer, supreme skill, or a Roger Mayweather that got a right hand like a sniper? You know why? Because guys like Antonio Margarita and Julio Cesar Chavez were so damn good at what they did that sometimes pressure and perfection in your craft beats skills. Margarita Chavez, they applied so much pressure that it bust pipes. They threw so many punches, especially Antonio Margarita. He stayed on you like flies on poop. Same thing with Chavez, vicious body tag. One of the greatest punches in boxing, which was the left hook. Head, as hard as a Fred Flintstone rock. You couldn't hurt him. So if you can't hurt a man, and Margarita, who got a beard like a damn caveman, and all they do is stay in your face, anybody that's a superior boxer, anybody that has speed, those are some of the worst fighters, man. These guys that just don't stop coming. But now I got to ask you a question so I can tie it in and make it make sense. Tell me the one thing that Virgil Ortiz does so well. Tell me. He don't cut the ring off well. Look, I'm just being honest. Tell me where the lie is. So when it comes down to Boots versus Virgil Ortiz, it's going to be a very easy fight. And there's a lot of people like myself and those who know the game on social media and all these boxing platforms that believe Boots have everything to dominate Ortiz, but they just pissed off and mad because Boots have been cherry picking, so they say. But that doesn't change the skill factor. That doesn't change the talent factor. Boots easy. Mark my words. Last thing before I go, that when Boots finally get Ortiz, and we don't know if that fight gonna happen because again, Ortiz got to handle his business against Lupa, against Erickson. So he better handle that because that's a tough fight. That's not sweet. All right? But if they do fight, when Boots beat Ortiz, he's going to get overly praised. But I'm not going to be surprised. All you're going to hear is, man, Boots looked good, man. We always knew Boots was good. We already knew that Jerron had the talent. It was never about his talent. It was about who he fought. Y'all chose the wrong guy, man. If y'all think Ortiz is going to be the one that's going to push Boots, y'all going to be sadly mistaken. You better go gather and get Charlo or somebody that's more talented, somebody that can then probably push him because it ain't going to be Ortiz. So you heard it first from the messenger. When he beat Ortiz, he's going to get overly praised. He's going to be the best thing since sliced bread, but he's been at, in my eyes, on a talent side of things. Now, I do know that this is boxing and anything can happen. And I'm not saying that Ortiz don't have no skills to where he can't beat Boots. But given everyone is at their apex, everyone is at their full capacity, in tip-top shape, but that is the thing. Somebody can say, well, damn, AT, damn, messenger. That's why it's called boxing, because anything can happen, and you're absolutely right. But normally, the superior fighter normally wins. 75 out of 100 times, the superior fighter is going to win if he don't get caught. Now, that is boxing, but I'm playing a probability case. All right? The probability chances is Ortiz will probably have to set him up, and it's going to be something that I don't think is going to happen where he catches Boots and knock Boots out. That's Ortiz's only way of chances of winning. Anyone think that Ortiz can beat him on a 12-round decision? I doubt it seriously. And I don't want to hear anything about Boots. We don't know if he got a chin. But damn it, when I was boxing, they said the same thing about me. I don't want to know about a chin. I don't want to know if you can get it. Who wants to get hit and find out whether they got a chin or not? That makes no damn sense. So if you want to stand there and catch a left hook or overhand right, you's a damn fool. But I'm about to close this out, man. Again, it's your boy, Ant the Messenger. If you don't know who I am, Google me. I'm quite sure there's enough footage, enough articles for you to read to find out who I am. I'm definitely a guy that has the credibility to talk boxing. If you disagree, leave a comment. I'll holler back at you, and we could dance in the comments. Yo, man, but on a much serious note, go like my YouTube channel, PGO. Put your gloves on. That's PUTCHAGLOVESON, because it's on. Holla at your boy, because I got a lot to say. So watch out for me, because I'm on my way.